Hi everyone again, this is Khoji from Celestial Rhythms. Well, what an amazing month we're in this March of 2020. And today Chiron and the Sun had their conjunction. Here they are, close together, Chiron, the wounded healer, and the Sun. That's a yearly reset. And as we know, it was just a day. It's just a day past new moon, and the black moon, the spot where the moon is farthest away from Earth, is just coming up tomorrow as an exact alignment with the Sun. So it's really, we're kind of at the epicenter of a big development, I would call it. We're just approaching it. I was talking about the 26th, 27th for quite a while already as being kind of the most critical moment in that whole time. And interesting enough, we have lots of time to prepare and to get ready internally, mentally, for whatever is coming. I mean, there's so many different timelines crossing right now, so many different possibilities. Everybody tells you something else. And astrology is a wonderful tool in that context because it's a clear mathematical picture of the energies which we are under their influence of. So it's always lovely to go back and see what's really behind all that, what is the blueprint which makes us experience all these extreme different notions of what's going on. So anyway, it was quite remarkable to see that exact moment when Sun and Chiron met early this morning. It was 9:27 in Washington DC, and we have Sedna rising in Washington, in the American capital. Sedna, the deep space traveler, the one which has an 11,000 plus year orbit around the Sun, which just happens to be this century close within the inner solar system, bringing back all these messages and information from far out, from the deep space. And it is in an exact 150-degree angle to the galactic center, which I have not really marked here in the chart. It's at 2707 Sagittarius. And I just want to divert here a quick moment to this screen here. Just the day before yesterday, actually, although this is dated 2019, but day before yesterday it was big in the news that there are these new pictures of the galactic center available now on NASA. Had just released it, which is an amazingly beautiful picture of the center of our galaxy. Just to give you a little illustration of what that looks. It's the hub of our local universe, so to say, the galactic center. All the stars we see in our night sky are revolving around that spot in late Sagittarius. So this spot at 27 degrees Sagittarius, in an exact 150-degree angle to Sedna, 150 degree is a very interesting angle. It is called a inconjunct or a quincunx, and it's kind of the energy of doing splits, kind of integrating the paradox, bringing together two very different energies, the energy of Earth, Taurus, and the energy of fire, in this particular set of configuration. Also an interesting one, which is here at the same spot where Sedna is. This whole year more or less is fixed star Algol, which is the eye of the Medusa in the constellation of Taurus. So it's a very difficult star, traditionally speaking. Algol makes us dive into the dark and difficult realms of reality, has the qualities of Mars and Saturn, as old astrologers call it. So it so happens that there's lots going on in 27 degrees. I want to just point this out. Mars is at 27 degrees Capricorn, and that's where the US Pluto is, at 27 degrees Capricorn. So that's another exact hit in the next coming days, getting exact, activating the powers within the US to action, whatever that means. It could be some major moves we will see very soon. There's lots of unusual things going on, as I say. Then there is at 27 degrees in Aquarius is the moon of the United States, squaring this Sedna. Again, I don't show you the chart here right now, but you just can take this as a given. We look at it in another day. What I now will change to is the chart for Greenwich, which is the global chart for that moment. And here you see more going on in the 27th degree. The 27th degree here is occupied by the part of Fortune in Leo. And we also have the 27th degree of Aries in midheaven. So that these 2 points here would, together with the galactic center here, would make a perfect trine. So the galactic center seems to be strongly emphasized in this chart, this yearly reset of Chiron's energy, the wounded healer. So what we get out of this is that starting now for the next 365 days more or less, healing is happening, and we get lots of support from the galactic center, from the core of our galaxy, which kind of is the representing all the star nations which are helping us, because it's the hub of our local universe. So everything else, outside forces, are kind of focusing in through that galactic center point. I made a little drawing here to show you what else is happening at 27 degrees. So here you have the galactic center. That is where Earth would be as seen from the center of our galaxy. Then here we have Sedna at the ascendant today in Washington. There's another asteroid which I haven't shown you yet. If we go back quickly to the chart for Washington, you see it here. 27 degrees in Cancer is Astrea. Okay, let's go back to this picture now. So Astrea and Sedna, then midheaven in Greenwich, the part of Fortune in Greenwich, the American moon, and then Haumea. Haumea, I will get into that in just 1 minute, so bear with me. And that's also the vertex in Washington, the higher descendant, if you want, the higher dimensional descendant, where we are heading towards. And I will really just I make this a little bit suspenseful here, so bear with me. Haumea is a newly found small planet, very special one. And then here we have the present position of Mars, 27 in Capricorn, together with the US Pluto, and the descendant in Washington this morning when that alignment of Chiron and the Sun was exact. And they all group around the galactic center Earth axis, which means all these forces are synchronous, activated in alignment. They are kind of working together as a great team. Now let's get into the meaning of HAUMEA. And HAUMEA is, as I say, I'm just pulling this up here, show you a little picture here to start with. This is HAUMEA, discovered in 2004.
You're gonna have to just edit it because I was hoping that this wouldn't happen, but I could see the dog running around out there,
That's okay.
and I knew it was only a matter of time before they noticed it. Girls, come here.
Necessary. Come here.
Yarrow, come here. Yarrow, that's enough. Hey, come away. No! Go lie down. She's like right at the door almost. Go lie down.
That's not necessary.
I got you. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
It's not necessary. It's all good. Nothing's happening.
Yeah, you're all right, sweetheart. You're all right. This is okay. I got you. No, come on. She's gone. Well, she's probably over there now. But come on. No, she's over there. Come on, girls. That's enough.
That's enough.
Go lie down. Go lie down. Yep, go lie down. Never mind. Yeah, we have to leave it open, but just never mind, sweetheart, okay? You're safe. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, I'll sit here, but and hopefully you'll be able to keep her. Oh, my sweetheart. Okay, so you can continue. The guys they're still there, but.
Yeah, I just want to check the time here.
No, I know. Stay here. I know. Yeah, stay here. Not too worried. Not too worried.
It's okay, Yarrow. It's okay.
No, they're just standing there talking. And the dog is kind of off leash, and I don't think they're in too much of a hurry to go anywhere.
Well, let's just wait for a minute. I can call it out easily.
No worries. No worries. She's not coming in the house. Yeah, she's not coming in the house. And she's a nice girl. Yeah, you met her last year. She's a nice girl. Yes. Yeah, she's a nice girl. But you were a nice girl. Don't worry about it, Miss Yarrow. Don't worry about it, honey. Don't worry about it. It would be good to have one of those blinds that goes from the bottom up.
Yeah.
So we could still have the daylight, but okay, I think they went in. I think they've gone in now. You're safe to resume with your talk about
Okay,
that.
let's do that. I'll
little
just check
planet or
the
whatever.
time. Yeah.
How much time?
14 minutes. So.
Okay, yeah.
So HAUMEA was discovered in 2004, and it's a very special little body, as we soon found. It's more like a ball shape, what do you call that, a baseball, No, a rugby ball, a rugby ball. Let me start over here. Okay.
A rugby ball?
Yeah, that's the size.
Isn't that round?
No, it's not round.
A rugby ball is not round? I thought, what?
It's elliptical.
A rugby ball is elliptical.
It's what you call that, elongated.
Is it? I never knew.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I did. It's like American football, kind of.
An American football, right? Yeah.
Then why don't you say it's a football shape? Americans will know that.
Okay, good. Let me just check the time once more here. Okay, so here you see a picture, an artist's depiction of HAUMEA, and it is very unusual shape. It's about 2,000 kilometers in its longer dimension and much shorter in this one, and it's more like an American football in its shape, very unusual, and it rotates every 4 hours around itself very fast. And in early 2017, actually on January 21st, it says it here in this write-up, HAUMEA passed in front of a star, and it was able to make exact observations from a whole number of observatories. I guess it's about, they say it here, about 8 different observatories at the same time, and they could find that there's a ring structure around that little planet, and it has several moons too. So it's quite an extraordinary planet. It has been named after a Polynesian creation goddess. And from what we can tell so far, it is very much connected to the rebirth of a new consciousness. So this in itself is very exciting, and that planet is also at exactly 27 degrees 12, I guess, right now. Let me just show that. I have it here on this screen. Here I have all the extra planets. So HAUMEA is here at 2715 at the very bottom of this chart in Libra. That's the Greenwich chart. So it has been at the causal point, in that sense, very powerfully placed. So we can expect some really big changes to occur in the next year for certain, and I think we are right at the point where these changes are becoming visible. There's a great awakening going on, we know that. I mean, that's been accelerating already since quite a while. Let me just go back to the chart once more. And I want to go back to the Greenwich chart once more here. Okay, that's the one which shows the worldwide imprint of this energy. And we have the sun, moon, and the black moon all appear in the 9th house. So it is really about a change in understanding of what our reality is. I would go as far as that. And the big stellium which is countering this, or maybe not countering, but working in tandem on another level, is that alignment of Pallas, Jupiter, Pluto, Mars, and Saturn, all there in late Capricorn, and Saturn now in the 1st degree of Aquarius as of the 20th of this month, of this 7 month of unusual events, of being on the sideline watching and seeing all the irrational energy playing out. One more or two more little snippets here is the equatorial point in this Greenwich chart, which is the ascendant on Earth's equator for this particular meridian, which means it's what it feels like on the whole planet, is exactly opposing Pallas and Jupiter here, which will have an exact meeting tomorrow, which speak of a truly enlightening mind, an expansion of mind, of tapping into a whole new set of understandings and resources. And again, just to remind those who haven't listened to it before, this is the hexagram 61, inner truth. All these planets are meeting. So it's really about digging to the core of what's really going on in our world, on our planet, in our reality, and narrowing in on what's happening, and then taking the challenge to integrate and to heal, to face the shadows and integrate and expand and heal. I guess the healing part is the final point, and when everything is healed, then we will be at a much better place, ready for all the wonderful energies which are coming later this year, pretty much starting from mid-April on, with several Jupiter-Pluto conjunctions into the big new beginning by December 21st, 2020, when Jupiter and Saturn will meet at 0 degrees Aquarius. Well, that's it for now. And again, thank you for joining and listening, and talk to you soon.